Come make me tell you about the things them way I want, sir. Back in the days when the dancer used to warm, sir. When Clinton Lindsay used to bust them, make them go on, sir. Whole heap of artists Clinton bring come up America. Some never know say Clinton Lindsay.
Hi, welcome to Know You Know with Clinton Lindsay. I appreciate your subscription, the fact that you are leaving comments, you're telling friends, and of course, you spread the word. So really appreciate it. Today we're gonna talk about, I got a call in my office from Karen Mason. At the time, Karen Mason was president of the reggae division of Elektra Records. I think they call it East West Record at the time. East West Records. And Karen Mason was the president. She was involved with securing reggae records or artists for that label. And I got a call from her one early afternoon, maybe sometime after 1. I was in the office, finish up my column for X News. I was writing for X News at the time. And she called and she asked me how long I'm going to be at the office. I told her I'll be here for a couple more hours. I have to finish up my X News column. Plus I'm here reviewing some albums or some music. She said, oh yeah, good. I'm going to send over, she said, and this was late 1992. And she said she was going to send me a package of a song that she wanted me to listen to. And I said, sure, I'll be in the office for a while, so send it to me. She said she's not going to tell me by whom. She's not going to tell me the name of the artist, if the artist black, white, brown, or pimp, or purple. I said, okay, I'll listen to it. She just wanted my true opinion and what I think of the song. And I said, okay, Karen, I'll be here for a while. You can send it over. And it seemed like just as I hung up the phone, my office door bell rang. It seemed so fast, that when I went outside, it was the messenger with a package, and I signed for it, and I went back in the office. A few minutes after I started to play the song. The song didn't grab me at all. It didn't grab me because I'm like, what is this? I listened to it, and what I heard is someone trying to sound like a combination of Junior Reid and Ninja Man. That's how I felt about what I was listening to. So I said, yeah, I'll pass on this one. So a couple of hours later, Karen called me back and asked me if I'd listened to the song. I said, yeah, I listened to it. She said, would you play it? I said, nah, I wouldn't play it like this. She said, what? I said, listen, I believe if you send this record to Jamaica, Sly and Robbie, Bobby Digital, Steely and Cleavis, somebody out there, to those are the 3 names I called, 3 producers, and I said, maybe they can give it a real nice dancehall Jamaican mix, but as it is right now, I wouldn't play it. No, I'm not gonna play it. She said, okay, do I really believe sending it to Jamaica would give them giving it a nice mix would make a difference? I said, yeah, most likely. And then she asked me if she did that, would I play it? I said, well, it all depends, but it stands a better chance of me playing it if it is given what the mix, the Jamaican dancehall mix. I said, okay, she will do that. I said, all right. So time went by, and I didn't hear from her for about 3 weeks. I got another call from Karen. They said, hey, Clinton, you remember that song? I got it back from Jamaica. And I said, oh, you did do that? She said, yeah, I did. I followed your advice. I sent it to Jamaica. I forgot who she said mix it. But she's going to send it over so I could hear it and tell her what I think of it. I said, okay, Karen, I'm here, send it over. And again, it seemed like it was the guy who wrote the card because the messenger was there, signed for it. And this time, no, I was very curious to hear the new mix because I have the one that she gave me. It was a 12-inch white label, no information on it. Not even the title of the song was on the white label, just a blank label. So I had that in the office just the same. And she sent me this new one, and I listened to it, and I said, oh, much, much better. Yeah. I said to myself, yeah, I would play this, because I'm adventurous that kind of way. I take chances. And she called me, and she said, did I listen? I said, yes, I listened to it. As a matter of fact, this is much better than the original you sent me. Then she was all excited. Will you play it? Will you play it? I said, yeah, I could give it a shot. You know, it's different, but I would play it. He said, oh, by the way, who is this guy? I almost knew that he wasn't Jamaican. I knew, I had the feeling that, you know, it was some foreign act, a foreign DJ. And I said, who is it? She said, oh, it's this white guy out of Canada. I said, oh, really? And she said, his name is Snow. I said, Snow? Just Snow? She said, yes. She was more concerned if I was going to play it because, you know, I have this reputation of busting tunes and busting new artists and all of that. So her concern, it was that it was satisfactory for me where I would want to play the record. And I said, yes, I would play it. And she said, okay. She started the promotion and she sent me the official 12-inch single with label and all the information on it. And I started playing the song. I started playing the song on the radio, and the feedback I was getting was very good. And I will let people know, yeah, this is a guy out of Canada, his name is Snow. And what I remember at one point, that the Tamika Reggae Awards was coming up in February of 1993. And, you know, I was playing the song and she had asked me if I could have him on the Tamika Reggae Awards. I'm gonna say, well, you know, I'm playing the song, so at least the audience is familiar with him. No, yeah, you could fly me in for the Tamika. I'll give him a spot because it would be something different, you know, a white rapper that people are familiar with. Because he started playing the song, other disc jockeys now started playing it, and it was making a big, you know, impact in the community. I told her yes, she could send him for the Tamika Reggae Awards, and in February of 1993, I believe it was at the Town Hall at the time, on 43rd Street in Manhattan. And I remember the day I was preparing and getting everything ready, and this guy came, Snow came, and he asked for me. They pointed me out to him. And he came and he introduced himself, and we were just talking, and his main thing was, do I think that the audience would accept him? And I'm saying, yes, brethren, they will accept you. They are familiar with your tune. I'm playing it, other disc jockeys are playing it. And so to relax, it was gonna work with tracks. Because, you know, I said, you work with tracks, and every time I would go round that corner, guess who I ran into? Snow. Boss, you sure? I said, listen, brethren, I guarantee you won't have a problem. I guarantee they will accept you. We are not like that. We people here, we appreciate, you know, if I put you on the Tamika, they would appreciate it. And maybe 2 more times I ran into him and he was very nervous. I remember he had this white sneakers unlaced. You know, it was just all over the place. Every time I would go around that corner, that was Snow, trying to get an assurance from me that everything would be okay. The night came, the show started, we put him on, and he did well. He was very nervous on stage because this was his first appearance in the United States. and this was his first appearance at the Jamaica. And he knew that New Yorkers could be a tough audience, but he came over well. But the big part of this story that I'm telling you, it didn't stop just at the Jamaica Reggae Awards or the reggae community in New York, because once the song started getting massive airplay and massive airplay, East West Record, Karen Mason and them, they started to put a lot of strength. They started to put a lot of weight behind the song. And in no time, this song started getting picked up on national radio station, urban station across the country, pop station, because the song was Informer. And his story was a good story, for a white rapper. He was in jail, and once the song started making the rounds, he came over now and started to tour and interview the song, and he was telling the story behind the lyrics of Informer, about being in jail, and that's what it means, and he wasn't an informer. And that song went on to be one of the biggest dancehall song of all time. In the USA alone, it sold over 7 million copies. He started talking to journalists, and American journalists, they ask some tough questions. And when they asked him about, the meaning behind Informer, he was telling them that, he was in jail. And when I heard the first time he mentioned that, I called Karen. I said, Karen, you gotta have him stop talking about being in jail and so on and in prison, because if you in the U.S. immigration law states, if you spend time in jail in any country, there's a restriction on your visa. And I was thinking, he should shut up his mouth and stop talking about being in prison, because somebody's gonna make the connection. Somebody's gonna make that connection. Then how did you get a US visa? And so said, so done. In no time, it came out that, whatever, he shouldn't have gotten a US visa because he spent time in jail and all of that. But it came so late, it came out so late, by the time the horse had already gone through the gate, because the song became a massive song, #1 on Billboard chart, pop charts all over. And he never had a real big follow-up after that song, Informer. But one thing I remember, that they had taken away his visa, and he was sent back to Canada, and that's how it went. Once they sent him back to Canada, he still were able to do promote the song in the Caribbean, been to Jamaica and all of that. That's just the way it was. So now the Lindsay magic touched that song, and as they say, the rest is history. Snow, now you know. And I predicted, and it was exactly what happened. The song became one of the biggest dancehall songs of all time. Until next time, you take care, continue to subscribe, like, share, and leave your comments. I'm Clinton Lindsay. Bye.
Clinton Lindsay a promoter. Bring up the biggest set of artists from Jamaica, like Super Cat and Mr. Early be the doctor. Whole heap of artists, no for them me can't remember. Who can remember when them used to keep Jamaica? The kind of show that used to give out no for what.